Well, good evening. Welcome to the University of Nebraska Lincoln College booth on College Week Live. I'm going to be your host for this evening. My name is Cleve Mangrum, and I work with the Office of Admissions here at Nebraska as our Senior Assistant Director for Recruitment. And so my main job is to interact with high school students mainly who are seeking to be undergraduate students at this university, both domestic and international students as well. And for the next few moments, I'm going to kind of share with you a little bit of the vision that you could be a part of here at the University of Nebraska as you think of graduating from high school and trying to think about where you want to start your story after you graduate from high school. So thank you for joining me today. I will progress through some main talking points and then have some time for you to ask questions when I'm done. So if you have any questions, just keep those on your mind and I'll be sure to address them for you efficiently and quickly. But thanks again for joining me. Glad to have you with me. So let's just kind of give you an idea of what it's like and why we're excited to have students check us out. For those of you who are unfamiliar, we are located in Lincoln, Nebraska, right here in the center of the country. And our campus itself is located right in the heart of downtown. So if you are kind of looking for that kind of urban setting university, kind of that big university feel within an urban setting, we're going to be a great fit for you. We're located right within walking distance of our historic Haymarket, which is a revitalized area of downtown. We have a brand new arena that's just been built, and that is an arena that hosts concerts. We've had Jay-Z come through there, share. We've also had, we're going to have Circus du Soleil coming through here, so a lot of cool concerts going through that area. Also, that's where our men's and women's basketball play. Actually, tonight at about 7 p.m., we're going to be playing Illinois tonight in basketball, so hopefully that'll be a W for us. And that's right within walking distance of campus, local coffee shops, an ice creamery called Ivonicone, awesome place. So just to describe the overall environment, we're a big university set right in the heart of downtown Lincoln. Lincoln itself, 250,000 people. And so as you're thinking about where you can set yourself up, we're excited to kind of take your story to this next chapter. And you've already come to us with different stories as you're in high school, things that you're involved in high school. And the great thing about college is it's kind of your first proactive opportunity to make some of your own decisions on where you want to take your story, where you want it to go after this point. And so at the University of Nebraska, our first kind of phrase we tell you is, gives your story an incredible life, and your life an incredible story. And so to help you with your own stories is we want to give you opportunities that are going to help you give some highlights to your own story that you can talk about. I think at a college that's going to be the people that you interact with. I think that's going to be the major that you're studying when you're in college. I think it's the experiences that you're going to have in the classroom, outside the classroom, and abroad as well. And so those are the things that altogether I think are going to give you some pretty cool opportunities right here at the University of Nebraska. And so your story matters. And we really want you to come here. We want to engage you on this campus, engage you with our professors. And so the first thing you're probably thinking about when you go to college is the types of programs that it offers. And so I'll be the first to let you know this is a comprehensive university. So comprehensive just means there are a wide variety of main programs that you can choose to study from. And in fact, we host about 150 different academic majors in about 9 different colleges, so I'll list those off for you. We have our College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources. We also have our College of Architecture, the College of Arts and Sciences, which is our largest college on the campus, our College of Business Administration, Education and Human Sciences, Engineering, Journalism and Mass Communications, Public Affairs and Community Service, and also the Fine and Performing Arts. And so those are the main overarching colleges, and each one of those colleges will have a list of majors under them. And so if you're starting the journey on trying to figure out which school has certain programs that you're interested in, my first suggestion is to visit our main website, which is admissions.unl.edu. You can probably also see this on our main booth in College Week Live. Go to our website, start to explore those majors. Our website actually breaks them down for you so you can see what makes it so cool at Nebraska for this particular program. Once you go there, you're going to find, for example, our journalism program on our campus. We're actually part of the Carnegie Knight journalism schools, which is amongst the top journalism schools in the country. Phenomenal program that our students are having access to world-renowned faculty members doing some really cool programs that are taking them abroad, such as our photojournalism program. This is actually a grant that is used, and certain students are selected, and we give them state-of-the-art equipment, and we launch them out to somewhere in the nation, also around the world, with the main purpose to capture human need through photography and tell the stories of people in need. So that could be poverty, that could be areas that are disease-stricken. Those students bring that back, and that's part of their undergraduate experience, is this awesome just experience with the world around them. And now they're better storytellers, and they have a better awareness of what's out there and a little bit more motivation to do those journalism classes that they're studying. So that's a phenomenal program we have here. Our Fine and Performing Arts program, giving students those performing opportunities or to showcase their art in an art gallery around downtown. Even in our Education and Human Sciences College, where we have students who are seeking to be teachers. We get them in the classroom right during that first semester to see if they even like teaching, if they're interested in something like athletic training or how the human body works. Or the human sciences part of that is something that kicks in, and you can start to look at a path towards physical therapy. In our agricultural sciences and natural resources, we have lots of research happening in the field of crop management. We have a PGA golf management program. So if you want to play golf, if you want to play golf as a major and learn how to manage a golf course, it's going to be a great major for you. And so we have lots of different opportunities, and all those are advertised on that website. I encourage you to go sometime and check those out. And it'll break down curriculums if you want to see the types of class you'd be taking, and also give you an idea of the department contacts, and then internships that are associated with that, clubs, student organizations, all attached to that particular major. So those are those 150 different academic programs on our campus, which is about 24,200 students altogether. So we are a medium-sized institution. And so we've got students coming from all 50 U.S. states and about 110 different countries. And so you are always in the mix of people with different perspectives and different experiences, which is really going to enrich your experience here on this campus. Excuse me. So those, once again, those majors are available on our website. I encourage you to check those out. And the next thing is we say, follow your heart and find your future. And I think that the major that you choose should be the thing that launches you into a career. And so in your classrooms, you're wanting to know, how does that prepare me for a career? And you may have a career in mind already right now, but there may be multiple paths to help you get there. So we want to help you figure those out. Some may come to this campus not knowing what they want to study at all. And so we have a college essentially for you. It's our Exploratory and Pre-Professional Advising Center. And their main job is to help you pick the major that's going to suit your interests and help you get connected to the career that you have in mind. And so that is a center with academic advisors. They're not grad students, they're professionals, and they're knowledgeable about all of our programs on this campus. So even if you come here and you have no idea what it is that you want to study, this is going to be a phenomenal option for you. Another thing, as you think about that, is I mentioned your advisors are helping you think about your career. Once you get forward and you're in your classes and you're progressing through your education, you're already going to get opportunities to connect your current experiences to some future job opportunities. So that might be internships. Internships are very common for our students to experience. Our Career Services Office will host career fairs throughout the year. That's also getting you connections and helping you network with career professionals. We're setting you up and teaching you how to write a resume, how to write a cover letter, and then giving you mock interviews so you can learn how to be a strong interview and put your best qualities forward in an interview. We're giving you chances to actually interview with companies who come to our campus to recruit our students. Being right here in Lincoln, right about an hour away from Omaha, which is home to a lot of big-end businesses, we have a lot of connections with those internships and with those companies such as ConAgra Foods. So there's some huge companies happening even in Omaha. But in Lincoln, since we're the capital, a lot of access to some of those government internships as well. And so those are things that help you connect to a career. I can tell you great stories of awesome alumni who have graduated from here to do some really cool things. My favorite one to talk about is Warren Buffett. He is a billionaire, no big deal. And so I like to say, hey, come to University of Nebraska, we'll make you into a billionaire. No promises, but something for you to look forward to. Another group of alumni started a program called Huddle. Huddle is a digital playbook used by the NBA, NFL, high schools, and large universities across the country. And that was something that started right here on our campus by our own students. They now have their offices right in our Haymarket, right in downtown, a group of young professionals. And one of the Brian Kaiser was actually named as Forbes 30 under 30 of business leaders in the country. So he's a phenomenal individual. Warren Buffett's out there. Lots of great stories. The managing editor for the Chicago Tribune, in fact, is also UNL grad, and there's actually quite a few UNL grads who are working with the Chicago Tribune even there. So we can literally, you come to Nebraska, we can send you across the country, and we've also got alumni who are doing things all over the world. So we get you with the major, give you some cool experiences, help you connect that and translate that into a career opportunity, and that's going to be our main focus there. So 150 different academic majors, 9 different colleges, getting you connected to a career. I think one of the most important aspects of your college experience will be the people. And I already gave you an idea of what the campus profile looks like and the number of students in our campus. But what about those faculty members, and how do they impact our campus? Well, if you come to the University of Nebraska, you might be a little bit surprised, but we are actually a big playing institution. We are part of the Big Ten group. Obviously, this is kind of our Big Ten focus day. And we are the top-rated institution in the state of Nebraska. And we believe that lends a lot to what we do in research and providing those research opportunities to undergraduate students, which is a kind of unique quality that we do have for the University of Nebraska. And students are able to team up with faculty members who are doing research as early as their sophomore year, and they're paid to do this. We've had some phenomenal experiences through this UCARE program. We've had students who have been a part of a project in Antarctica called Andrill. This is actually a huge drill that's being used to drill into the center of the Earth. This drill itself was designed by UNL, and we have undergraduate students who are part of this multinational research project that is essentially trying to understand climate change over the centuries. We have undergraduate students who have their fingerprints on that type of research. You have students who are teaming up with Dr. Mulfees in our Center for Brain Behavior and Biology, and they are using the state-of-the-art equipment to understand concussions, and they're teaming up with Dr. Mulfees in that. Dr. Mulfees himself, world-renowned expert in this area of research that he's doing, and has led research efforts amongst 13 other institutions, including the Ivy Leagues. And so he's doing some really phenomenal things, and it's cool to have access to that type of research as an undergraduate student. And the great thing about that is your faculty members are drawn to those schools that are doing the research. They're teaching your classes. On this campus, our student-to-faculty ratio is still 21. Average class size is only 28. And so you're still going to get FaceTime with these individuals who are doing phenomenal things. They all make themselves available to you through office hours. And they're working with you throughout the year. Even my own calculus professor, when I was a freshman on this campus, thought I wanted to study actuarial science, which is one of the majors through our College of Business Administration. After a semester of realizing I don't like math, mainly because I was struggling in that course, that professor was someone who helped me actually pass that class, and which was part of the core curriculum. And it was because of him I was able to figure out what I really wanted to do, what I didn't want to do, and then I moved on and moved into a different college. So that was the faculty member who helped me make that decision, helped me progress and succeed in that particular classroom. So these professors, they're doing research, they're engaging with our students in research, they're helping us, they're teaching our classes, they're writing the textbooks that we're learning from. And so that's kind of the type of education you're getting at the University of Nebraska. Is a three-dimensional education. So number one, we teach about the past. Present is important, but also let's get our hands on something that's going to happen in the future, because ultimately that's what's being passed down to us as kind of a younger generation. So that's why we say we're a top-rated institution. We've been consistently ranked as a top 50 public institution by Kiplinger.com, and so we're proud to boast that, and we're proud to offer students the experiences in those majors with our professors on this campus. Now, another thing is I'm originally from the state of Colorado, is where I grew up. And so before I chose to come here, I was surprised by everything that Nebraska had to offer. And I kind of gave you already a kind of an idea of what Lincoln is like. On our campus alone, with all the students, you're going to have access to over 500 student organizations, and those include our intramural sports and our club sports. And you're going to have access to Big Ten athletics. We are home of the Cornhuskers. We have Memorial Stadium, seats approximately 92,000 spectators right now. And Ironically, it actually becomes the third largest city in the state of Nebraska on Husker game day. So a lot of energy, a lot of school spirit coming out of there. We've got, like I said, our men's basketball, women's basketball. Men's basketball has been pretty exciting this season. That's part of the student life experience. I mentioned we're right across from downtown. Got access to a lot of your local restaurants and a lot of your local coffee shops, which is a great place to hang out. And even our clubs and organizations, they're super random to super specific. So you can have one related particularly to your major. You can also be in one that's just lumberjack club. They wear flannel and eat pancakes. I don't know what else they do. Maybe they get together and do, I don't know what else they do, chop down trees. But there's, just to tell you, there's definitely a place where you'll be able to find your niche and to meet people and connect on this campus. I think one of the coolest stories I kind of like to share, just to show you how easy it is to connect on this campus. A friend of mine who I met during his freshman year, my senior year of school, came to this campus from a whole other country. And when he came here, he knew a little bit about the culture. And so it took him a while to kind of get used to being a student on our campus and getting used to all of our inside jokes and kind of our slang terms. But eventually, this individual who came here knowing nobody, knowing very little about the culture, immersed himself in our programs, immersed himself in organizations, got connected with faculty members and the dean of his college, and actually took a trip over the summer with our governor to his home country to kind of help with some international relation type work. And so now he actually works for the state of Nebraska. He graduated last year. And he lives in his home country, and he's working on establishing relationships between the two countries as far as commerce and business is related. So if that friend could do that, I'm sure anyone who's coming into this College Week Live room today could do the very same thing on this campus and have some great things to talk about coming away from it. So moving forward, with all these experiences, University of Nebraska has a great value. A quote from Warren Buffett saying, "Price is what you pay and value is what you get." And we're excited to offer what we believe is a great value, a great quality education with dynamic experiences at one of the most affordable costs for tuition, even in the Big Ten. And what you're also going to find is a good combination of scholarship and financial aid opportunities for those students who are interested in the university. And I'm going to share a little bit about that with you here in just a moment. And so hopefully you're intrigued a little bit more about what the University of Nebraska actually has to offer. And my hope is that you would eventually come to visit us on campus for a campus visit, wherever you're coming from. We have kind of two different options. Number one, you can come for any weekday, and we'll treat you to an academic appointment so you can talk to someone individually about your academic area of interest. Or you can come on one of our larger open houses called Red Letter Days, kind of a more broad exposure to what the university has to offer. And so for a quick moment, I just want to give you some information on how the process does work for you. The University of Nebraska for undergraduate students offers assured admission. So if you meet our admissions requirements, you are guaranteed admission to the University of Nebraska. And those are going to be pretty common. They're going to be listed on our website as well, but I'll mention them to you here. Essentially, if you take the ACT, we're looking for a minimum of 20, or a 950 on the SAT, or graduate in the top half of your class, so one of those three, just one. And then in addition to taking 4 years of math, 4 years of English, 3 years of a science, 3 years of a social science, and then 2 years of a foreign language in the same language. So 4 math, 4 English, 3 science, 3 social science, 2 foreign language. All those together gives you guaranteed admission to the University of Nebraska. As a senior, you'll be able to apply September 1st of your senior year, and that application is completely online. And when you do that and you submit your application, you then become admitted. You are then automatically considered for all of our merit-based scholarships. If you're curious as to what the scholarships offered are at the university, you can once again visit our website, admissions.unl.edu, and there's also a source on the College Week Live main page where you can check that out as well. That will list the different scholarship opportunities. So you can check that out. There are some really good options for out-of-state students to check that out. So application online, scholarships automatic just by applying. You don't have to do an additional application. And campus visit options, you can schedule those online as well. Gave you the two options, weekdays and red letter days. So that is the main portion of the presentation. I will pause for a few questions. If you do have any, you can chat those to me at this moment. Okay, one question we have is, how do I know what types of scholarships you would be eligible for? And this is a really nifty tool we have. On our website, admissions.unl.edu/estimate, as an out-of-state student, you can go to this website and you can plug in your ACT or SAT scores, GPA, and for your references, we're looking at your GPA at the end of your junior year of high school. And then it'll ask some other information and other qualifiers. Hit submit, and that estimator will actually kick out a scholarship or some information to you on what you may be eligible for. And so that is going to be a good source for you to figure out what you might be eligible for. So just so you are aware, the average ACT of our incoming students is about a 25. And so generally speaking, if you want to be competitive for our out-of-state scholarships, you're going to want to score a 25 or higher on your ACT for that process and still have a strong GPA as well. But by all means, use that estimator. And for your ACT, we'll use your highest composite score. So you can take it any number of times and we'll use that highest composite score there. Okay, another common question we get is, how does pre-health work? So students who are interested in being a doctor or want to be a physical therapy or pharmacy, anything where you'll have to go to professional school to get additional training or education. We do have pre-health options for those students, and pre-health is not a major, rather it is an advising track. And so under that pre-health option, you would choose a major. For example, if you're going to pre-health, you want to be a doctor, you may choose something like biochemistry. But basically what the program is set up to do is to help you prepare for the application process into medical schools. So if you're trying to get into, for example, University of Nebraska Medical Center, which is in Omaha, one of the top medical schools in the country, our advisors are helping you with that process and helping you take advantage of those opportunities that are going to help set you apart from the rest of the applicants. So part of the process is grades and taking the right courses, but if all that is the same across the board, what makes you stand out amongst all the other applicants? And those are going to be those research opportunities. It's going to be those study abroad opportunities as well. Another common question we get for those for pre-health is, what's the acceptance rate into medical schools? We have consistently been amongst the national average for acceptance into medical schools for students. And so those advisors are once again a key component of helping you prepare for that. Okay. All right, so I'll wait to see if there's any more questions, and while anyone's waiting to type in any more questions to me, I will just kind of close with this. Our website, once again, is admissions.unl.edu. Highly encourage that you try to come for a visit. We've also got an online virtual tour at gobig.unl.edu, and that'll be a great way to introduce yourself to the Think Big or Live Big tracks on that tour. The Live Big gives you kind of a tour of the student life end of things, so residence halls, life downtown, clubs and organizations. And the Think Big track will also give you exposure to some of the different colleges on the campus, those main ones that I mentioned to you. Also give you access to some information concerning our honors program, University Honors Program, which is a phenomenal program for students looking kind of for a kind of an edgier education where they're getting different kind of opportunities as far as in the classrooms. So that's also available through that gobig.unl.edu virtual tour. So thanks again for listening. And if there aren't any questions, I will go ahead and end the presentation here. Great. Thank you all again for joining. Have a great day.